Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to do another Cracker Barrel video because the CEO keeps digging herself a deeper grave. This is insane. This has become the new Bud Light and it happened so quickly. I guess the rebrand, the refresh was actually being rolled out earlier in the month. People didn't pay attention until recently. And now that they have, all hell has broken loose.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say it's the Bud Light situation because the Bud Light situation was all on one side. This one is like across the board.
Everybody hates it.
We're not talking about, oh, the MAGAs hate it. It's like everybody hates this on both sides. It is, you're hard pressed by people who like it.
They're trying to spin it like it's just a MAGA thing, like they were, and now at this point they're not even bothering. I mean, the Democrats, Gavin Newsom, for God's sake, came out and said, "What the hell is up with Cracker Barrel?" And it's indicative of a bigger issue that like all of these classic American restaurants have changed and they become very, very sterile.
Very
and
corporate.
Cracker Barrel at least had some character, and now it just looks like every other damn restaurant.
I think the problem people have too is when you think of American, they bring this up. Like if you think of something that's very, very iconic, very, very American, down south country, back to roots, whatever, Cracker Barrel usually comes to mind.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the more distinctive, restaurants regarding American culture as far as like representing old time values and things. And now they're doing this to it. So it's like, and then they're like, oh, we're doing it so the door can open wider to more people. And I'm like, what? People in wheelchairs? I don't understand because no one was ever kept out. No one was ever kept out.
Look, what's her name? Julie. Just come out and say it, Julie. You think Cracker Barrel is a racist brand. You're the CEO of the company. You want to make it more diverse and inclusive. You're barking up the wrong tree. This is not 2018. This is 2025, and people are tired of this shit.
Yeah, you're going to use the MAGA stuff to try to shame them, and they're over it. However, it has come out because of this shit and because of the stuff that they called in Robbie Starbuck, and it's turning out now that, Cracker Barrel's been supporting pride parades and stuff for like 10, 15 years.
So, so let's turn it around. If that is the case, then why did you have to change the logo now? If you're already doing that.
Yeah, why?
Why do you have to make a change now? You know what I'm saying? People didn't even notice. They weren't paying attention. Now they're paying attention. And this is one of those brands where this is kind of a pure Americana brand and you're messing with it. And the backlash is going to be severe. It's already severe. The stock has dropped. We'll go out. We'll look at a video. The Cracker Barrel next to the Grand Ole Opry is empty. I got an email blast last night at, I swear to God, it was like 10 or 10:15 at night on a Friday, begging me to come in tomorrow for free sides. Like that's okay. As a marketing person, I can tell you nobody sends an email blast out at 10 o'clock on a Friday night unless they're desperate.
And not to give you free things.
Not to give you free shit. Like, come on, get in this weekend, guys, get some free stuff. Yeah, because their stock is dropping and they're desperate to get people in because they know people are not going to show up this weekend. They know that the backlash is severe. And we're going to look into the CEO. She's a job jumper. You're lucky if she lasts a year at a job, and she reminds me of.
She lasted like 3, but yeah, mostly she's just there for a few months and out.
There are people that have worked at servers at Cracker Barrel longer than she's been the CEO and probably longer than she will be the CEO. She's basically come in to fuck everything up, and then she's going to get out. And she's going to get hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to completely destroy this company.
Why do they keep doing this? Like they had that woman that was over at Hasbro, and then she was over at D&D.
Cynthia Williams, yeah.
Why? And like you have Kathleen Kennedy. Why is it that, especially if you're a woman, it seems, you can just continually screw things up and you get rewarded with a different job? And I'm a woman. You still should be competent. And we know the answer is that DEI stuff, but I'm saying you should at least be competent. And like, I found this. So she was at the Taco Yum brand for 3 years, or 2020 to 2023. However, most of her jobs, she was at Mattel for April 2017 to January 2018. Oh, like 9 months?
Not even a year.
Yeah, she was at the regular Taco Bell prior to that, just for like a year. She was at Sprinkles Cupcakes for 3 years and stuff like that. And she worked at Godiva and Coach and J. Crew tracks, and Macy's.
And all this tracks because her sensibilities are that of an Instagram influencer, a female Instagram influencer. That's what they're trying to turn Cracker Barrel into. I'm like, this is literally the last brand that you want to do that with.
Well, that's what I don't understand. It's like they're deliberately going out, and there's been lots of talk that, Disney was trying to shit and other stuff too, to go out and destroy Americana. However, I have noticed lately there have been a lot of commercials that are doubling, tripling down on because we're American, because, in America, because we're united as Americans. And I've noticed lately that they've been doing that because they've realized people are like, we're going to draw the line now. Okay. We're drawing the line.
Just business guy jumping in here real quick.
I saw that too.
Oh, fuck. She has a bachelor's degree in communications. She doesn't even have a business degree. She's basically
technically communications is one of the departments at the business schools.
She's a fucking graphic designer.
Well, no, not always.
That's what she is. She should be doing social media, Instagram posts and shit. She's not qualified to be how many CEOs of how many fucking companies, and she's fucked them all up.
I was glad when I saw that because I was like, for the reason that, our son, he was going to get the MBA, but he didn't do it yet. But he has a degree in business. And I was like, well, she can get to be a CEO with a bachelor's of arts in communications. And there's no reason why he can't.
No, I think
other than he has a dick.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to, because look, some of the most powerful CEOs in the country, they don't have any formal education, right? I get that. But like, to me, I'm looking at her background, and I'm looking at her design sensibilities. I'm like, oh my God, you're like some liberal graphic designer, communications major,
and all that.
Whole, like, you look like a walking trope. You do. And it's like you did to this company exactly. I could have taken one look at her, looked at her background, look at what she's done, and been like, you are not a good fit for Cracker Barrel. Sorry.
Well, no, because it's turned out, here's the thing. Yes, she was for the current regime that's behind it. Because according to, I'm not going to play the video in here, but I was watching through it with Robbie Starbuck investigated. And apparently, Cracker Barrel has been behind the scenes in the corporate level, have been doing everything they could to push more into that whole DEI, LGBTQ stuff, because they have been sponsoring pride parades or sponsoring things, that deal with children getting affirmative care and all that crap for years. And apparently their one office, their main office is located in a very conservative area. It's not surprising because it was started as like a, mom and pop thing. And they're known to be putting out pride chairs and all kinds of stuff there and pushing this stuff even at their corporate center, knowing it's a conservative area. And basically these other people do, you get yourself in there, get one of them in there, and then they get their friends in there. And they basically are trying to, they try to target places that are considered, very,
epicenters of right wing,
or conservative, or just American values, and they're getting in there and they're trying to change it to get in there and infiltrate it. It's like Hydra. It's literally Hydra, and except in the real world, and that's what they're trying to do. Now, look, I have no problem with I think everybody should be welcome at these restaurants. I think everybody should be allowed to work there, and if we have special groups for people, that aren't exclusionary to everyone else, but that might be like, hey, we have a team that, talks about these things and these issues that is, apply to different groups of people. That's fine. As long as that's not your guiding principle, as long as you aren't DIing the shit out of things just because you're trying to get high fives from the left. I think it's good to make communities and stuff for your people, and I want them to be in a community together. Like I don't want to see like, okay, here's a bunch of servers, and that person's Hispanic, so they're in Ola, and that person's Black, so they're in whatever group they're in, and they apparently have an Ola thing here too, and this person is LGBTQ, so they're in their own group, and this guy's white, so he's excluded from everything. It's like they should be doing group building things together so that everybody can know people as people, not just by their identifiers. And they're not doing that. And I think that's a detriment. But now it's biting them in the ass because this girl is clearly out to undo everything. Now, that being said, there is a video of their marketing person, and that video in the background looks a little more Cracker Barrel-y than the pictures we've been seeing.
It's like... Yeah, the other pictures we saw of the rebrand, you can see if you've got the video version pulled up, you can see this Sarah Moore. Again, she looks like exactly like what you would expect for marketing.
They're all women for whatever reason.
They're all liberal white women. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be a misogynist. I'm not trying to be whatever. But I'm like, for a brand like Cracker Barrel, I would kind of expect a couple of good old boys to be in charge. I'm going to be honest. I would expect, oh, here's, third generation. He's 65 years old. He likes to go fishing. He plays the banjo. He's in charge of Cracker Barrel.
Here's the thing. You're talking about the target demographic that's been there for years and what people want, as opposed to what they're trying to change it into. And look, I like that it's brighter in the fact that it is very dark in Cracker Barrel. I have commented myself that I wish it was a little bit brighter. That being said, I wasn't talking about painting the walls white and making it look like, what it looks like is mom brand.
Yes.
I do country chic in my home, and that's what it kind of looks like now. It doesn't look like
Hobby Lobby. It looks like fucking Hobby Lobby is what it looks like. It does. It's like all that fake ass country shit that's made in all the homespun country shit that's made in China.
Yeah.
And it looks like a Hobby Lobby.
And then that gets, I love Hobby Lobby, but I think you're moving away from your, how do I say this? I think you're moving more towards you're trying to go all women with it instead of general audience. And I like the lighter walls. I do. Not that light. But I like that there's a little more light in there because it is really dark in the Cracker Barrels. That being said, there's a difference between making it a little brighter and going all in and changing the logo and doing all the shit you're doing. And then you see some pictures of the food, it looks like these are made for like Instagram.
It is. Well, okay, so the CEO's background, and this woman looks like she's cut from the same cloth, is her background's in communications. She looks like she'd be all about like, okay, so when we did press events and stuff with Disney, they had people just like this that were like, yes, guys, we're coming up with a new hashtag, and here's the purse that matches the jersey, that matches the cupcake, that matches the whatever. So it's all Instagrammable, and you'll have to use your, like, I could totally see her being like, hashtag general store wall, or rolling pin wall, or whatever the fuck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so fake.
And I mean, look, they'll probably take the cool stuff in the store and they'll change it out for this stuff. You can buy the pictures on the wall, You
can buy the pictures on the wall of, and it's like, look, I mean, it always was kind of kitschy, but it felt somewhat authentic. And it felt like when you went to a Cracker Barrel, I'm gonna be honest, it didn't feel like you were going to a chain restaurant so much. Like, when I was growing up when I was a kid and I was in Pennsylvania before I moved to California, we used to go, my grandparents used to take me to a place called Country Cupboard. RIP. I didn't even know it went out of business, but it was on the eastern side of Pennsylvania and over in Lewisburg. And it was that kind of a place too. You'd go in there and it was, kind of homespun, and they had a general store, and old people loved it. And, it was always busy. I don't know what happened, but
every time we go to Cracker Barrel, it's always been busy. You have to wait. Every time I've been to Cracker Barrel, we've had to wait for a table.
This right here, this old lady here, that's your audience. That's your target demographic.
I don't think it's just old people, because to be fair, then I can make an argument that they're right to try to appeal to a wider demographic, because their clientele is going to die out. It is a lot of older people, but I see a lot of families and younger people in there too. It does tend to skew older. That's true. That being said, you can change it and you can make it a little more brighter, and you can try to update it a little bit, but then there's no reason to change the logo. I think the logo ultimately is what got people. Like, there's no reason to remove the guy with the barrel. There's nothing about it that's detrimental. There's nothing about it that's brand damaging, other than that, it's a white guy in a barrel, and it's, so we can't have that because white men.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's what Starbucks is saying now. Here, I just want to show you this video here real quick. Somebody took a video. This is right by the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, breakfast time, and it said normally you have to wait to get in. There's like nobody.
Is that one of the new ones? Or is that
no, that's one of the old ones.
That looks like the old ones.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But I think people are just boycotting
it. That one looks pretty bright.
Yeah, because the windows and everything. I think just people aren't going. I think people are pissed off. And that would explain why I'm getting an email at 10 o'clock at night. Come in this weekend for free sides, guys. And look how big it is. It's like 2 bites of mac and cheese.
Yeah, if you see it with a fork, it's free. We'll give you a free side, a free taste of the side. And if you want to buy more, you can.
But that's
Look,
Starbuck was basically saying, he said he doesn't think this is about just a brand refresh.
no,
He thinks
I don't
it's
believe
more,
it is either.
I mean, look, you can think what you think about Robbie Starbuck. But he has put pressure on companies to roll it back. And he's basically like, no, this is about wiping the Americana, the problematic Americana, out of a very, very American brand. I mean, it's pretty sad when you can go to Japan and they've got restaurants in Japan that are more patriotic than our own restaurants, because we're afraid to be patriotic in our own country.
No, it's not that we're afraid to be. You get these people in charge like this that are pushing agendas and they're trying to wipe it all out. And it's like, because they associate patriotism with MAGA. Thing is, you can be patriotic and be across the board. There are a lot of people here that are here legally and that have citizenship now and were legally immigrated here, super patriotic because they wanted to be here. There are people that are not white, straight, and male that are patriotic. There are people who not white, straight, and male like Cracker Barrel. This whole idea that, and it's just across industries in general, that you have to DEI everything to make that so that you can get people hired is bullshit. Just hire people that are qualified. And you know what? I guarantee you there are a lot of people who aren't white, straight, and male that are qualified.
Well, so they were handing this out. Now, Cracker Barrel's trying to say this wasn't, they're saying this was not an official handout, but apparently this is being passed around their stores. They're talking about safe zones. They're like, safe zones will not tolerate homophobic, heterosexist, cisgenderism comments and actions, but will address them in an educational and informative manner. I mean,
What's
yeah,
that
nobody.
mean?
What the fuck does that mean? No, that's basically you're signaling to other people, other like-minded people, that you're a good guy. It doesn't really mean anything.
No, that last
world.
part. What's it mean? Go back down. The last part where they said, but we'll dress them in an educational and informative manner. Basically, you aren't allowed to say anything unless it's, we
still got whips at the Cracker Barrel. We're going to take you out back. We're going to show you what happens to bigots.
Some of those people would actually like it, though. Some of those grandmas would actually probably like it, too. Let's be honest.
So, I mean, this is pretty bad when Texas Roadhouse is more like authentic American than freaking Cracker Barrel. I mean, this is like, look, and people they're gonna take it out of context, be like, you just hate gay people. No, not at all. It's just that
we also don't hate Texas Roadhouse.
We don't hate Texas Roadhouse, right? It's okay.
I like it.
It was okay. It was okay.
I
don't think it was worth the wait to get in, but it was all right. Anyway, I can't eat peanuts, so that kills it.
That's true, but they had good steak.
The steak was good. So here's the thing though. Like, nobody's the restaurant is not racist. The restaurant can't be racist. And I believe that racist, homophobic, misogynistic assholes. Where did Cracker Barrel touch you? Did Uncle Herschel touch you in a bad place? Is that why you had to get rid of him? But that's what the whole thing is. They're getting rid of him in the barrel because they don't want to send it, because this is how these people think. I mean, they're so, you say politically pickled. I think it's just indoctrinated into academia and microaggressions and all this nonsense that's popped up in the last 20 years.
This is past a microaggression.
And this is basically like, well, just having that white man in the barrel on it's going to make some people uncomfortable, and they might think that this isn't a place for them.
So what we're going to do is we're going to change everything about it, but that was
so it's a place for nobody at that point.
To make it a place for them that aren't going to come anyway. Because it already is a place for them. It's always been. It's a place for anybody who wants to eat there, regardless of, your identity. If you want to eat at a Cracker Barrel, you've always been welcome to eat at a Cracker Barrel. I mean, I don't understand how this makes it any different, other than we're going to get a lot of the Instagram influencers to come in and take pictures.
That's exactly what this is about. This is, again, look at her background, look at where she's worked. That you put I don't know how old she is, but you put a probably older millennial Karen in charge of Cracker Barrel when her whole background is in graphic design, communications for a bunch of girly brands.
But it took 3 ad agencies to come up with that.
3 ad agencies, and how many millions of dollars? If I were on the board, if I were a shareholder, I'd be pissed. I'm like, how many fucking idiots does it take to screw in a light bulb badly?
I was going to say screw up Cracker Barrel.
And screw up Cracker Barrel.
Agencies.
I mean, this is right there at the Arch Deluxe, right? That was a huge misfire for McDonald's. Actually, I admit, I like the Arch Deluxe. I like the Arch Deluxe. I miss the Arch Deluxe. I used to buy the Arch Deluxe because I thought it was pretty good. Now the Arch Deluxe in modern money would probably cost $13 or $14 because McDonald's is ridiculous. But I love the Arch Deluxe. Man, now I want Arch Deluxe. I used to eat them all the time because I used to work at a newspaper and we had the inserts, and they used to give me the extra coupons, McDonald's coupons. And I used to Monopoly pieces and stuff. They used to give them out to employees. If you work there, just take them. So I used to get free Arch Deluxes all the time. So I like lived on Arch Deluxes for like a whole summer.
I believe you. So this real quick, we'll end it with this. This is their comment that they told to Fox. Uncle Herschel remains front and center in our restaurants and on our menu. He is the face of the Herschel Way, the foundation on how our 70,000 plus employees provide the country hospitality for which we are known. Cracker Barrel has been a destination for comfort and community for more than half a century, and this fifth evolution of the brand's logo, making sure it's been evolved,
yes,
which works across digital platforms. Right there it is, as well as billboards and roadside signs. It's a callback to the original and rooted even more in the iconic barrel shape and word mark that has started back in 1969. Yes, it has had many iterations. It's not just that. You're not just changing the logo, which
that's it. They're trying to make it out like they're trying to make it out like this is just a logo change, and when you dig into it,
minority, yes, overwhelmingly positive, enthusiastic,
overwhelmingly
response.
Positive.
It's a vocal minority who might feel differently. Bitch, please, it is not a vocal minority. Their stock is in the shithole. Yeah, everybody's calling you out, including Gavin Newsom and Steak and Shake and everybody else.
The Democrats said they think it sucks. Gavin Newsom said he thinks it sucks. Everybody thinks it sucks. The only one who doesn't think it sucks is your liberal arts major CEO who's going to be there for like 6 months and leave and go to some other company to fuck it up, and her marketing gal. I want a fat old 65-year-old guy who looks like Burl Ives, who likes to fish on the weekends and has a business background or whatever. I want him to come in and run the company. I want that aesthetic. I want that country aesthetic. We're in Pennsylvania. We don't get a lot of that up here because we're Yankees. But like it was a very unique place to go, and now it's not. It just looks like a Perkins.
I think it's still like one of the most American things left, and then that's a problem, obviously. So
it's a huge problem. Yeah.
Are we gonna wrap this up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. So good luck with that.
Tomorrow, when they say something else stupid.
Well, we'll see how their little promo goes here. Please come at free sides, guys. 10 o'clock at night. I swear, it might have even been like 10:15. I always take the dogs for a walk at night, and I get this. I'm like, Cracker Barrel's writing us. Are we in trouble? I'm like, no, this is the please come in this weekend to get free sides. I'm like, oh, bitch, you're desperate. 10:15 on a Friday night, you're desperate.
To give free things away, yeah.
To give free shit away, yeah. So let's.
It's just a vocal minority, everyone. Anyway.
Vocal minority. Yeah, there it is. I think we're going to see a lot, especially since it hit Fox News, is on CBS News, all the major news outlets.
My parents knew all about it. So there you go.
Yeah, and that's the target demographic right there. And they're going to piss these people off. So good luck with that. Going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Attention, stupid humans. All orcs are evil, just like Gary Gygax and Professor Tolkien warned you. Series 1 of these orc enamel pins are on Kickstarter again for a very limited time. Pick your clan, join the Horde, and cause some mayhem. Go to badorcs.com. That's badorcs.com.